Good evening. Everything is easy when you're crazy for that, but nothing is easy when you're lazy for that. Welcome to BMC News Live English. Myself, Shina Sultana, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Muharraq Club wins AFC Cup against Uzbekistan's FC Nasaf. Bahrain International Airport completes crucial airfield maintenance work. Bahrain yesterday recorded 40 new COVID-19 cases. Saudi announced archaeological subject to be included in school curriculum. Traffic cameras to monitor expired vehicle registration, UAE announced. Today's news in detail. On November 5th, the Muharraq Club went against Uzbekistan's FC Nasaf to challenge them for the 17th Asian Football Confederation Cup with a sweeping result of 3-0, claiming a glorifying victory for the team since their last title claimed in 2008. The goal scorers, namely Mahmoud Al-Mardi, Hussein Jamil and Fabio Carioca, celebrated with their team and coach Isa Sadoun Al-Hamdani as the crowd roared and the thrill of their victory settled in. Arad's Sheikh Ali bin Mohammed Al Khalifa Stadium hosted a full audience of Bahraini fans, all dressed in red and white, cheering on their home team with wolf mascot emblems raised at the air. His Majesty the King and His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa congratulated the FC on their outstanding performance. Their winning achieved them a position in the Asian Champions League qualifying that will take place next year, which will pose even more excitement from the local fans. The Kingdom of Bahrain reiterated its commitment to continue upgrading its health system to be able to confront any potential impact of climate change. This is part of the steps being taken by the Kingdom of Bahrain to play an active role in tackling climate change challenges and further developing its health system to overcome any future crisis. The Ministry of Health and the Supreme Council for the Environment (SCC) highlighted Bahrain's drive, which reflects keenness to protect the health of the people of Bahrain. The announcement is in line with Bahrain's commitment to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change and the Paris Agreement. It is also in response to the call of the UN Presidency of the 26th UN Climate Change Conference, which is COP26, to adopt initiatives aimed to build a resilient and environmentally sustainable health system. Finance and National Economy Minister Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa chaired today the 114th meeting of the GCC Financial and Economic Cooperation Committee yesterday. He also presided over the joint meeting with the GCC Ministers of Commerce, which has held in Bahrain yesterday, in the presence senior officials representing member countries and the GCC General Secretaries. The minister conveyed greetings from His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa and the Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and ministers to all the participants. He stressed the importance of continuing joint efforts to bolster common action and spearhead development and progress, adding that the current circumstances require a clear work plan to achieve economic recovery. The delegation discussed economic ties between the GCC member countries, highlighting the recommendations of the Central Bank's Governors Committee and the task force in charge of studying the G20 initiatives and the role of the customs union in boosting intra-trade exchanges. Air Airfield maintenance work at Bahrain International Airport (BIA) is now complete, Bahrain Airport Company (BAC) has said. Conducted twice annually over a period of 20 days, the work is vital to maintain civil and airfield ground lighting of the runway, helping to ensure safe and smooth aircraft operations. During the process, all aircraft operations are suspended between 3:50 am and 6:30 am. Regular airfield maintenance is crucial to airport safety, BAC Chief Development and Technical Officer Abdullah Janai said. Runways, taxiways and strip areas experience a great deal of wear and tear during normal operations. Maintaining these surfaces without disrupting flights is part of any airport's responsibilities to its stakeholders. Our facilities management team meticulously planned and carried out the work during periods of total runway shutdown using all available resources and effective time management. We remain committed to delivering a safe, comfortable and hassle-free airport experience for airlines and passengers alike. The maintenance work was completed in line with Civil Aviation Regulations, International Civil Aviation Organization, the Airport Service Manual, the Aerodrome Manual and other ICAO standards and recommended practices. It included asphalt patch repair, rubber removal, pavement markings, joint sealing, shoulder repair, strip guarding, airfield ground lighting maintenance and drainage line maintenance alongside other essential work. A total of 555 nationals were employed in 410 private companies between October 31 until last Saturday. According to statistics released by Labour and Social Development Ministry, 509 job seekers were enrolled in training programs during the period. Bahrain could create artificial wetlands to treat and reuse produced water, a by-product of the oil extraction process. The Oil Ministry is investigating the project's potential, said Bahraini water resources specialist and Arabian Gulf University AGU faculty professor Dr. Walid Zubairi. A public beach is part of a major integrated tourism project inaugurated in Bahrain Bay yesterday. The Bahrain Bay Beach, which covers more than 170,000 square kilometers, will stretch from the northern coast of Bahrain Bay to the south of Al Sayah. It has been announced. Now we shall go for a short commercial break. Welcome back. The GCC has launched an electronic system to enable its businessmen and investors to voice grievances and share suggestions to help improve trade. This is a step forward in the GCC's quest for a common market, Finance and National Economy Minister Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa said yesterday. A long-term national strategy to prioritize Bahrainis in the labour market is in place, according to a top minister. Labour and Social Development Minister Jamil Humaydan told Shura Council members during their weekly session yesterday that the target is to make Bahrainis the first choice of recruitment through a number of rules, initiatives and programs. Bahrain yesterday recorded 40 new COVID-19 cases and 32 recoveries. Of the new cases, 14 were expatriate workers, 24 contacts of local cases and 2 travel-related. Saudi Arabia is set to launch a program to immunize girls aged 9 to 13 against cervical cancer, the Deputy Prime Minister for Preventive Health and the Infectious Diseases Consultant announced. Girls will be immunized with the HPV vaccine, which helps eliminate the risk of cervical cancer in women. The minister stressed that cervical cancer is considered one of the most dangerous types of cancer. It is noteworthy that the World Health Organization set out earlier a report for eliminating cervical cancer, as it is the 4th most common cancer among women globally. The disease is caused by 2 types of human papilloma virus, a sexually transmitted infection that exists in more than 100 different forms with symptoms that can be painful and stigmatizing. In some cases, cervical cancer may occur as a result of neglect of personal hygiene in addition to infection with acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Some studies have found that smoking may cause cervical cancer as well. Saudi Arabia has decided to include archaeological education subjects in students' curriculum in schools. There are committees currently working on preparing archaeology subjects to be included in school curriculum, as it will take its place in the curriculum starting from the primary stage to the secondary stage. The introduction of archaeology subjects will help students raise archaeological awareness in the kingdom in all its regions, enhancing national identity. Vehicles in Ras Al Khaimah with expired registration will be monitored by traffic cameras starting from Sunday, November 7th. Cameras activated across the Emirates streets will not only flag vehicles with expired registration but also expired licenses and car insurance. The violators will face 500 dirhams fines and will receive 4 black points according to federal traffic law. The system is activated at various internal and external routes of the Emirate. It has been announced. Sharjah has announced the transformation of 5 traffic services into digital through the smart application and the website of the Ministry of Interior. The services are opening a traffic file, issuing vehicle ownership, converting traffic points to a driver's license, paying the vehicle's impound period allowance, and issuing a vehicle impoundment cancel certificate. This is to facilitate the procedures for people and to continue to provide its services around the clock in order to achieve the strategic aim of the MOI, to enhance the happiness of customers with the service provided, in order to contribute to saving time and effort for customers and improving the quality of life. Non-Muslims will be allowed to marry, divorce and get joint child custody under civil law in Abu Dhabi, according to a new decree issued on Sunday. It is the latest step in UAE, where personal status laws on marriage and divorce has been based on Islamic Sharia principles as in other Gulf states to maintain its competitive edge as a regional commercial hub. The decree said the law covers civil marriage, divorce, alimony, joint child custody, and proof of paternity and inheritance. A new court to handle non-Muslim family matters will be set up in Abu Dhabi and will operate in both English and Arabic. The new law consists of 20 articles divided into several chapters covering civil marriages, divorce, joint custody of children, and inheritance. The law introduces concept of civil marriages based on the will of both the husband and wife. This means no consent from the woman's family will be required. The law gives spouses the right to divorce without the need to prove harm was done in the marriage, and divorce can be applied by either of the spouses. Previously, harm had been proven to the court or the divorce would not be granted. According to the law, divorce among non-Muslim couples can now be granted at the first hearing without the need to go to the family guidance department, and couples separating will no longer be required to go through mandatory reconciliation sessions. Alimony or financial rights of the wife will be based on several criteria such as the number of years of marriage, the age of the wife, the economic standing of each of the spouses, and other considerations. Under this law, custody of children will be equally shared between both of the parents so as to preserve the psychological health of the child and reduce the effects of the divorce on the child and on the children. The law also addresses inheritance issues where the registration of wills for non-Muslims and the right of an expat to draw up a will devolving all his or her property to whomever he or she wishes. The law also regulates the proof of paternity for non-Muslim expats, providing that the proof of paternity of the newborn child is based on marriage or recognition of paternity. With this, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. Signing off by Shina Sultana. Good night.